Welcome back. We are back at Bathurst for the final championship deciding race of the SARCO V8 Supercars. 7 points separate the top 3 drivers. Ash leads us with 72 points ahead of Duppy, who is currently on 70 points. Dylan is third, 5 points behind Duppy on 65. This tussle has the outside chance Marius looking for an opportunity, and he's 5 points behind Dylan. A better stage could not have been set for this final race. Sit back and enjoy the next 18 laps under the stars here at Bathurst. Having a look at the starting lineup, and we start off in row number 6. Hamid is in car number 3. He starts off in 12th place for the Cape Town boys. Alongside him is Memo. Memo's driving in car number 11, and he will start 11 on the grid. Row number 5, and starting in 10th place is the newcomer to the series, Colin. He's in car number 77. He's alongside our championship leader Ash. Ash is all the way down in 9th place, definitely not where he wanted to be starting this race. Row number 4, and in 8th place we have D. D's in car number 28, and he's alongside the TTR driver Jacques. Jacques is in 7th position, driving in car number 51. He'll be looking to help his teammate Duppy here in this race. Row number 3, and in 6th position we have the Green Mamba's driver Andrew. Andrew drives in car number 8. He's alongside the Scottish international Ross. Ross is in car number 34, looking to make an impression here, starting off in 5th position. Row number 2, starting off in 4th position, the 2nd place championship points holder Johan. He's in car number 52, driving for TTR. He's alongside his biggest rival at the moment for this race. Dylan is in car number 7, driving for the Green Mambas. He unfortunately gets another speeding penalty in the pits, and he starts off in 3rd place on the grid. Having a look at the first row, second on the grid is Morris from White Knuckle Racing. He'll be looking for a good result here, as he is that outside chance. He's in car number 13, hopefully 13 lucky for some. Our pole sitter Gerard, he goes fastest. He's in car number 6, driving for Spartan Racing. He starts off in pole position, hoping to not disconnect, as unfortunately Gerard has had 3 disconnections in a row in the last couple of races. He'll be looking for a great result here. 2 red lights, 3 red lights, green, and off they go. Morris is an absolute blind off the start. A little lag between Andrew and D there. Morris leads into turn 1, followed by Dylan. Oh, little touch in between Ross and Duppy. The Cape Town boys, they too touch as they come around Hull Corner. The middle of the pack is extremely tight there, as we see Duppy, Jacques, Ash and Hamid very close between the Cape Town boys. Andrew has a look on the outside as they come over the hill. Oh, there's contact between Ash and Andrew. Oh, we see Colin, he's too involved in that little incident. We know that Hamid, he was in 12th place. He's moved up to 7th position, and Andrew, he unfortunately is involved with yet another incident early on in this race as we chase Duppy. He's in car number 52, driving for TTR, heading up through the mountain section around turn number 6 into 7. Chasing Dylan, he's currently in 3rd place. Ahead of Dylan is Gerard in 2nd, and our race leader Marius, he leads the pack as they exit out of turn 10, heading into Skyline. Tricky little braking section here. Oh, we see Gerard, he's lost it just before he's gone into the S's, down in turn number 13. He's unfortunately lost. We'll have to go have a look and see exactly what happened there. Quick look at the replay. We see Gerard, he's outbraked himself, put himself on the grass, lost traction in the rear, and that unfortunately it spun him around. Having a look at the incident earlier on, just after the first corner, we see Hamid, he moves over. Ash follows him to stay in that slipstream, unaware that Andrew was so close, and that put both of them into the wall. Back to the leaders, and we see Marius, he's currently in 1st place as he heads down the Conrad Straight, setting himself up for the chase. Marius had a great start off the line, overtook Gerard going into turn number 1. Hard on the brakes into turn 21. Great line as he comes through 22 and will set himself up for Murray's. Through Murray's he goes, and we have a look at what the current positions are. Marius leads, Dylan is second, Johan third, Jacques fourth. Great positioning there for the TTR drivers. Ross is in 5th place, followed by Hamid. Hamid starting in 12th place, he's moved up 6 places. D's in 7th, Ash, our championship leader, he's down in 8th. Memo's up in 9th, Gerard after that spin, he's down in 10th place. Collins in 11th, and unfortunately Andrew, he's in 12th position. On board with 2nd place driver Dylan for the Green Mambas. He goes up through cutting into turn number 4. 2nd gear corner, hard on the accelerator, trying to take a tight line here as he exits out of 5. Little tap off into 6, getting the power down as early as possible. Up around the Frog Hollow into turn 9 here at Solomon Park. Little tap off there as he turns into 10. Setting himself up for Skyline. A 3 braking section here through the S's. Down into 2nd gear, tight on the inside corner. No brakes there, just a little tap off. Back on the power as he comes into turn 15. Down the hill into 16, around 17 into the dipper, and 18. Back on the power, trying to reel in Marius. Down Conrad straight. See Marius's lights unfortunately not on. It is a little bug that we have with the game. If we don't flash the lights in the beginning of the race, the lights do not come on. Into 20, flat out, approaching 290 kilometers, hard on the brakes into the chase. Turn 21, staying off that inside curve as it unstabilizes the car, using as much of that track as possible. Into Murray's, watch the cones, hard on the brakes. Grass piece on the right, it's the turning point, and to cross the line to begin lap number 3. Here we have a shot of D. He's currently in 6th place, followed by Hamid from Cape Town Boys as they exit out of Murray's. Cross the line to begin their 3rd lap. Just wanting to see if Hamid will have a little run on D coming down the mountain straight. It seems like D's definitely got enough pace here. He'll be able to win this drag race down into Quarry. Turn number 2 as they start heading up the mountain section. A little further up the field, we have Ross in picture. He's chasing Jacques. Jacques doing a very defensive job there. Oh, Ross, he runs himself wide. Looks like he was able to keep the pace going. Didn't lose too much time there up on Jacques, and he'll just have to put his head down and start rebuilding once again. In picture we have Duppy. At the current standings is that he's on track to win this championship. Duppy's currently in 3rd place. Ahead of him is Dylan, and Marius is in 1st place. The TTR drivers, great strategy here. They have Jacques, he's currently in 4th place, keeping Ross at bay and not allowing anybody to get close to Duppy, and give Duppy the gap that he needs to extend his lead and increase his chances of winning this championship. In shot, our pole sitter Gerard. He hasn't had a good race so far as he heads up into turn number 4. Oh, a little bit of a power slide there for Gerard. Manages to catch it. Through the practices, Gerard was definitely one of the fastest around this track. But unfortunately, a little incident like that can definitely ruin your afternoon. Newcomer to the series, Colin, he unfortunately was involved with a little tangle between Andrew and Ash coming along the mountain straight. Here we see Colin, he's currently in 11th place, having to pit and repair that damage done in that incident. I hope you're enjoying your race so far, however. We catch up the action with the leaders once again. Dylan's in 2nd place. He's closed down that gap to Marius within 1 second. Duppy's a couple of seconds behind. There we can see Duppy as he now comes around Quarry. The guy setting himself up for the cutting into turn number 4. Whoa, big power slide there by Dylan as he exited out of turn number 4 into 5, up into Griffin's Mount. Very close to the wall there, but Dylan has calculated that corner, ran extremely close to the edge there. Little bounce over the hill as he exited out of Skyline. Great shot of these two drivers. Oh, both the drivers just touching the wall on the outside. That wouldn't have done any damage. There wasn't any direct impact. It was more like a graze. Here we have Marius, our race leader, in shot. Behind him is the second place Dylan. Dylan is currently third in the championship and pushing hard, wanting to get a good result and bring that fight to Duppy. Hard on the brakes there, flames flying as Marius, he exits out of 21 through 22. Ahead of him we can see Ash. Ash is about to be lapped. Not a very good race for Ash. This would be the championship race. Ash would have needed to have finished at least 7th and higher to have stopped any one of the other drivers taking the championship from him. Dylan chasing Marius. Ahead of him is Ash. Marius still in first place. We're on lap number 5. Completely different lines between Marius and Dylan coming through this mountain section. Into the cutting. Dylan will tighten up as close to that wall as possible. Marius will be now having a look to see where the best opportunity would be to get around Ash. Effectively, Ash will be lapped right now. Oh, Ash bounces off the wall. He sees both the drivers coming, and both Dylan and Marius to get around Ash without any problems. We're coming near the end of lap number 6. Quick look at the positions. Marius is still in first place. Dylan is in second. Johan is in third. Jacques in fourth, followed by Ross in fifth. D's in sixth. Gerard moving himself up again. He's into 7th. Hamid down to 8th. Memo is in 9th. Ash 10th. Colin 11th. And Andrew is still in 12th. In shot with Gerard coming near the end of lap number 6. We see Gerard, he's starting to put some pressure up on D as the guys enter into 23. Murray's corner. Beginning of lap number 7. And now we see Jacques, he's trying to get himself around here in turn number 13. Put it back into the wall. And away he goes. Gerard looking for an opportunity to overtake D. Up into Quarry, a much tighter line there for Gerard. Looks like he'll have the run on D here. Will he have a look on the inside as they go into 3? No, unfortunately Gerard is just a little bit too far away. Much better exit there from Gerard. He'll put pressure on as they enter into 6. Round 7 into 8. You can hear a little tap off there. Normally you would be able to go through that pretty much flat. Gerard setting up for Skyline. He has gone much wider. Gerard having spun here the last time perfectly around that corner, down 14. Applying a lot of pressure as they go into the dipper. Great tight line there from Gerard. I'm sure he'll be looking for the toe coming along Conrad Straight. Will he have enough pace to overtake D going into the chase? Will he find that braking marker in turn number 21? Very close there. D will go on the outside. Very defensive line there. Gerard's got a much better drive here. You might get him as they go into Murray's. Gerard has a turn on the inside. Great overtake maneuver there by Gerard. D has to let that position go, and Gerard, he moves himself up into 6th position. But D's not done yet. Yes, I thought D might have a little look on the inside, but unfortunately Gerard carrying enough speed, and Gerard will hold that position further back. There we see that Jacques is in 5th place, followed by Gerard in 6th and D in 7th. As Jacques heads up through quarry, he's run himself wide. Must have been from that damage he experienced, having gone and lost it in turn number 13. Through turn number 4, Jacques goes. We see Gerard and D getting ever so closer. Through 5, into 6. Down the hill around 7, and Jacques has hit the wall. Must have been from that damage, and once again he's put it into the wall. The damage that he sustained going into 13, that's definitely hampering the performance, making that car unstable, and I'm sure we're going to see Gerard and D starting to add a lot more pressure later on. Back to the front again. Boris, he's coming to the end of lap number 8. Behind him we can see Dylan still in 2nd place. Dylan's just maintaining that gap, not to lose sight of Marius. As Marius crosses the line to begin lap number 9, we have a look at the positions. Marius is still 1st, Dylan 2nd. Duppy, he's in 3rd place, followed by Ross in 4th. Jacques in 5th, he will start getting pressure from Gerard, who's in 6th. D's in 7th, Hamid is in 8th, Memo's in 9th, Ash 10th. Andrew, he's moved himself up from 12th into 11th place. And newcomer Colin, he's in 12th position. Here we chase D as the guys are heading down Conrad. In front of D is Jacques and then Gerard. Jacques is in 5th place, Gerard in 6th, D is currently in 7th. Into 23. Oh, Gerard, he's hit the inside curb, that's unstabilized the car. Whoa, little contact there. D's now moved himself up into 6th place. Very unfortunate there for Gerard, as he now loses that position. Will have to put the work back in and start catching D again. In shot we see the first of the pit stops. Ross is coming on the end of lap number 8. Do believe that is slightly a little bit too early. We'll just have to see how this unfolds for Ross. Will he be able to get the undercut on any of the guys in front of him? We see some lights in the pit lane there as well. That's Jacques. He's coming to the pits on the end of lap number 8. Looks like he's wanted to pit in Ross's pit box. Ross will take that place back from Jacques as Ross now exits the pits. Hamid, he moves himself up to 6th place, with Ross and Jacques having gone into the pits. We see Ross in shot there at the top of the screen. He's now in 7th place, looking to put pressure here on Hamid, but Hamid would need to pit, and that's when Ross would take this place back from him. The end of lap number 9. Dylan, he takes the pit entry now. We see Marius, he's still in 1st place. He carries on straight. No pit penalty for Dylan this time round. We'll have a look at the positions. There we see Duppy, he comes through. He will take that place from Dylan, but Dylan's done a quick front tyre change only. Looking at the time, there's definitely enough time. So Dylan will exit the pits ahead of D, ahead of Gerard, and retain his 2nd place after the pits. Lap number 10, and we have a look at our race leader, Marius. Marius leads with Dylan 2nd, Gerard is in 3rd, followed by Johan in 4th. Ross is 5th, Hamid is 6th, D 7th, Jacques 8th, Memo 9th, Ash is in 10th, Andrew 11th, and Colin is in 12th. Lap number 11, and we chase Duppy in car number 52 for TTR. Ahead of him is Gerard, who's currently in 3rd place. Gerard not having pitted yet. It's just making life very difficult here for Duppy. but this is exactly what Dylan is needing. It needs to be extremely difficult for Dupi to get those places and give Dylan an outside chance to take in this championship. The end of lap number 11, and race leader Morris, he takes the option and pits. Just checking the time, Dylan is currently 27, 26, 25 seconds behind Morris at this point. Dylan having already pitted. We catch up with Dylan now, still keeping that timing clock up on the left hand side of the screen. Morris still in the pits, hasn't moved yet. Morris now, he's currently moving. Dylan will cross the line to begin the 12th lap, sorry. And Dylan will cross the line and become the new race leader here on the beginning of lap number 12. That is definitely a great strategy. Dylan's strategy has worked once again in the pits. We see in the background there, Marius now currently 6 seconds behind Dylan. We chase Dupi once again. He's got Gerard in front of him. Gerard is currently in 3rd place. Both guys exit 22. Gerard peels away to go into the pits. Dupi will move himself up into 3rd position. And Dupi will prepare to cross the line and begin his 13th lap. Beginning of lap number 14, we see Morris in the background there. He's lost it coming out of Murray's corner. That's allowed Dylan to extend his lead and open up this gap here in 1st position. Quick look at the positions. Dylan, he's in 1st place, followed by Marius in 2nd. You can see that gap, 12 seconds now. Dupi, he's in 3rd place, followed by Ross in 4th. Gerard is up to 5th place. D is in 6th. Hamid, he's in 7th place, followed by his partner Ash. The championship leader is unfortunately out of the mix now. He's down in 8th place. Jacques for TTR, he's in 9th. Oh, Andrew, he moves himself up to 9th. Jacques down in 10th place. Colin, he moves himself up to 12th. And Memo, who was in 8th place for most of the race, he's unfortunately dropped down and he's in 12th position. In shot, we've got Hamid, definitely one of the outstanding drivers for the day. Hamid started in 12th place. Here he is currently circulating in 7th. Great effort there, Hamid. So in shot, the race winner Dylan, he will go through Murray's for the last time. Right behind him will be Marius. Marius will finish 2nd. Johan will finish 3rd, followed by Ross in 4th. Gerard, a disappointing 5th. D will come home in 6th. Hamid in 7th. Ash will finish 8th. Andrew a very disappointing 9th. Jacques in 10th. Memo will finish 11th. And Colin will finish off his first race here with SARCO in 12th position. Having a look at our top 10 finishes for this championships. Jake's from the Ghost Racers, Gerard from Spartan, and Hamid from the Cape Town Boys. The 3 of them will finish with 57 points. Andrew from the Green Mambas, he will come home 7th with 63 points. Ahead of him is Jacques from TTR. Jacques finishes 6th with 65 points. Ahead of him is our Scottish international Ross, a late entry into the championship, but a solid performance in 5th with 67. Marius from White Knuckle Racing, he too will have a late entry into the championship. He will put himself 4th with 78 points. The Cape Town Boys driver Ash, our championship leader going into this last race, unfortunately he will finish 3rd with 83 points, yet still a very respectable podium position for Ash. Dylan, he will miss out for that championship with 85 points for the Green Mambas, and he is 1 point behind Dupi, and Dupi finishes on top of the championship with 86 points. Great victory there for Dupi, great race, very well done, and congratulations on your championship win. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this final race and watching the entire championship. If you did, give us a like and subscribe for more videos, and watch out for our new championship starting on the 10th and 17th of May. Thanks for watching. Yo.